Can you all hear me okay? The mic down here. A little bit taller. No? Hold it up. Is that better? There you go. Okay, so welcome everyone to our Boston Tea Party. I'm Mike Fisher, the president of the British American Business Council, and the organisers of this little soiree. When we were discussing how BABCNE could celebrate America 250, it was obvious that the only thing we could do was hold a tea party as the Brits. What else could we do, really? And what better location than this? Federal land overlooking the original tea party. So what better place could we do? But hopefully our tea party do-over, as you would call it over here, doesn't actually cause such unpleasant repercussions as the last one. So no throwing tea over the balcony. You've got redcoats, they're here to stop you. So we don't want anything like that happening this time. First of all, I've got to thank a few people. So Wolf Greenfield, the IP lawyers. Wolf Greenfield, if you're here, put your hands up. They're based here in the Federal Reserve, and they're our hosts and sponsors for tonight. Second sponsor is Edward Jones, the financial advisors. And a special shout out to James Normington. James is over there. So thank you, James. James got the MBE this year in the King's Honours, so congratulations, James. Very well deserved. And our third sponsor, the consultancy firm LEK. If LEK could raise your hands, say hi. Thank you also for your sponsorship, it's greatly appreciated. I'd also like to also thank all the organisations that support BABCNE and the British community here. There's too many to go through. I don't want to spend all night naming everybody. But whether it's supporting trade, investment, education, or purely social, you all create such a great environment for us Brits here in Boston. It's a fantastic place to be. So thank you to all those organisations. It's an amazing year to be in Boston. The World Cup, hosting the World Cup. It's been a huge economic and social, it's brought a huge economic and social benefit. I called into a bar near a government centre, and this is true, on the Sunday night after the first Scotland match. And I thought Prohibition had come back in. Of 12 beers that they had, only 3 were left on draft. One of them was a cider, so no one drinks cider. And that's after they'd ordered 20 extra kegs of beer for that weekend. So it seems that the UK sent, thousands of English and especially Scottish soccer fans with a novel economic development strategy of spending millions of dollars to drink America great again. This year also marks a major milestone for BABCNE. We celebrate our 40th birthday this year. BABCNE was launched by the then Prince of Wales, now King Charles III, here in Boston in 1986. And Paul Stanislas is one of our founding board directors. He's here tonight. Where's Paul? He's hiding in the back somewhere. I believe we have a little gift for him. So thank you, Paul, for everything you've done for the organisation over the years. But I think Ursula's got a gift for you somewhere. We'll keep it quick and we'll sort it out. But the reason why we're here, sorry, I can't hear you, Paul. Don't worry about it, we'll sort it. So the reason why we're here is the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. And despite all those issues 250 years ago, the relationship between the UK and New England is probably one of the strongest international relationships globally. In my sector in biopharma, New England companies like Vertex and Moderna have got substantial facilities in the UK, and large companies in the UK, large UK-based companies like AstraZeneca and GSK have got significant footprints out here. AstraZeneca is going to be opening R&D centre here in Kendall Square this autumn. That's the fault of you that speak American. And the relationship just isn't in the bio and pharma sectors, it's also in medtech, renewable energy such as offshore wind, financial services, defence, and many more. And I won't go on. But also in the academic sector, universities, there's so many collaborations going on between the UK and New England, with world-leading universities like Harvard, MIT on this side, and Cambridge, Oxford, UCL and Imperial on the other side of the pond. But everyone on this splendid roof terrace is here today because you value those ties or because you want to build them. BABCNE and the British Consul General, who I'll hand over to in a minute, and all the other organisations represented want to help you make those ties stronger. So finally, I'd like to thank you, the audience, for coming. So BABCNE is a private membership organisation. We don't receive any government funding for doing what we do. We rely purely on membership and sponsorship to drive our work. So only by you buying tickets and paying your tea tax, we had to do it. I mean, we did. Let's face it, we had to do it. So by paying your tea tax to come, only by you doing that can we run these events. So to show our appreciation, everyone who bought a ticket is going to be receive free membership of BABCNE for the rest of the year. And most of that more on that will come. But we learned our lessons 250 years ago. Okay? So from now on, the slogan's going to be no representation without taxation. It sort of seems obvious, really, when you think about it. So please enjoy the evening. And we will be in touch. And it's my pleasure to hand over to Reggie Colimon from the Mayor's office, who will say a few words. Reggie.
Thank you, Mike. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is James Reginald Colimon, and I have the pleasure of serving as the Director of Global Affairs and Protocol for the City of Boston. It is my pleasure to join you this evening as we celebrate two remarkable milestones: the 250th anniversary of the United States and the 40th anniversary of the British American Business Council of New England. Thank you to Mike Fisher and the entire BABCNE team for your leadership, and to His Majesty Consul General David Clay for your continued partnership and friendship. There are few places where histories of the United States and the United Kingdom are more closely intertwined than right here in Boston. Just beyond us, as Mike mentioned earlier, is the site of the Boston Tea Party, a defining chapter of our nation's founding. Yet, tonight, we gather not to commemorate division, but to celebrate a relationship that has grown into one of our closest and most enduring partnerships. This has been an especially fitting week to celebrate international friendship right here in our city. Over the past several days, our waterfront has welcomed 4 tall ships and naval vessels from around the globe as part of Sail Boston and the commemoration of America's 250th anniversary. It has been a powerful reminder that Boston has always been a city connected to the world through the sea, commerce, culture, and the exchange of ideas. And like so many people around the globe, we have been watching the FIFA World Cup with great excitement. I don't know if there are any French people here tonight. I know it's going to be a somber night for you guys on Bastille Day. But we wish England the very best as they prepare for their match tomorrow. And perhaps a place in the World Cup final against Spain. It is another moment bringing people together on both sides of the Atlantic. The special relationship that we have is built not only on shared history, but also on common democratic values, innovation, and a deep connection between our people. Every day, those ties are strengthened through business, education, research, culture, and the exchange of ideas. For 4 decades, the British American Business Council of New England has played a vital role in advancing that work. Boston is proud to be a global city, and our partnerships with the United Kingdom continues to drive innovation in life sciences, clean energy, artificial intelligence, finance, higher education, and many other sectors. Together, we are creating jobs, advancing research, strengthening our communities, and building a more connected and prosperous future for all. As we marked America's 250th anniversary, we are also reminded that our greatest achievements come not only from honoring our past, but also from investing in our future. And that future is brighter when we continue to work together. Congratulations to the British American Business Council of New England on 40 years of outstanding leadership and partnership. Thank you, enjoy the evening, and it's been a pleasure joining us on such a wonderful occasion. Before I turn it over to Consul General David Clay, I'd like to call on Mr. Mike Fisher to present a certificate of recognition from Mayor Michelle Roux. And it reads, Certificate of Recognition presented to the British American Business Council of New England, BABCNE, on the occasion of its 40th anniversary in recognition of your 4 decades of outstanding leadership in strengthening the economic, educational, and cultural ties between the United States and the United Kingdom. Since its founding in 1986, the British American Business Council of New England has served as a trusted bridge across the Atlantic, fostering innovation, expanding trade and investment, and bringing together businesses, academic, and civic leaders to advance shared prosperity and enduring friendship. As Boston celebrates America's 250th anniversary, we proudly recognize BABCNE's lasting contributions in the special relationship and its commitment to building a more connected, collaborative, and prosperous future for both our nations. With gratitude and best wishes for continued success in the years ahead. Signed, Mayor Michelle Roux, July 14, 2026.
This is absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. One of the things I like about these relationships is they're actually good fun as well. And coming over to here to Boston when I moved back from the UK to Boston, the reason was because of everybody here and everybody that works in the industry here. It's a wonderful place to be, and that's because of these relationships. So thank you very much.
And now I'd like to turn it over to someone that does not need any introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, Consul General David Clay.
Thank you very much, James, and a big thank you to Mike, Ursula, and the rest of the BABCNE team for organising today's event and for all the work that you do to promote the UK New England business relationship. And a huge congratulations on 40 years. It's an amazing milestone, and there's hundreds and hundreds of UK and US businesses that have benefited. I know over the years, and I'm sure there'll be many hundreds to come in future years as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the 250th year of the revolution has been an incredible year for the UK-US relationship, including here in Boston. There are, I think, 3 things that will, I think, stick in my memory from this year. The first is His Majesty the King's visit to the US in April, and particularly the speech that he gave to the joint session of Congress about the UK-US relationship. He set a very high bar for anyone speaking about the UK-US relationship for the next few years. Secondly, for one unforgettable week in June, the Tartan Army showed Boston how to party. And earlier this afternoon, I was with James actually at Logan Airport, also with the Mayor of Boston and the Governor of Massachusetts at a ceremony to welcome a traffic code to Boston from Glasgow. Now that's not a sentence I thought I'd ever hear myself saying, but I think really the ceremony really reflects the fun and energy that the Scottish fans brought to Boston in that period. And thirdly, in the last week, we've had the Red Arrows in town, flying over Boston, Massachusetts, Maine, and Vermont. I really hope that you've been able to catch the Red Arrows at some point. I saw them from the balcony in the State House on Thursday, and it was the most incredible sight seeing them fly over, popping the red, white, and blue over Boston Common. And of course, tomorrow afternoon we have the small matter of an England-Argentina semi-final. And after a year of commemorating a British loss in America, wouldn't it be nice to see a win? All of the work that's been put in to mark the 250th anniversary of the revolution has, I think, really been a mark of the strength and dynamism of the current relationship. As Mike has said, from business to culture to academia to defence to sport, the relationship is in fantastic shape. The job of the consulate is to support that relationship in all its different dimensions. Here in New England, the UK is the biggest foreign investor in Massachusetts. 50,000 people work for British companies here in Massachusetts, the biggest from any country around the world. UK and US universities collaborate to cure and to treat many of the world's most serious diseases, develop new technologies in areas from quantum to fusion, and our military and security agencies work closely together to protect all of our security. But all of these aspects of the relationship depend on one thing: it's the people and the connections that they build across the Atlantic. So I'd like to close by thanking everyone at the reception here this evening for their presence and for your role in building these personal connections, because it really is the foundation of everything else in the UK-US relationship. And I really hope that today will prove to be an opportunity for you to renew some old relationships and perhaps make some new connections. Thank you very much. Great, and Mike, I think I'm handing over to some dancers. Is that right?
So, I, along with two other crew members from Maine's first ship, came down last Wednesday. We left Bath, Maine, to find our way here to Boston. It took us 4 days. People asked, how long did it take? Where did you come from? And the answer was 419 years. We're here to celebrate the 250th birthday of the United States, but we're also here at the Tea Party to take care of a couple of misunderstandings, shall we say. One, we are English. In 1607, it was the English who came here. They came under the charter and under the flag of St. George. The three of us will be here this evening, happy to talk to you about what our adventure was like arriving. But what I can tell you is, as the Consul General talks about business, the people who came 419 years ago came with no spouses, no children, no agricultural tools. They were here for one purpose and one purpose only. It was business. It was gathering the riches of the New World and bringing it home. They were competing with Spain and France and other locations. They were adventurers. They were investors. There's a long story of what happened along with investments, but I know we've run out of time, so I won't touch that. Basically, they explored Maine, found it was too cold, found the people in hospital. It was not a friendly situation. They built Virginia in 6 months, sailed back to Plymouth, England, and said, too darn cold, go somewhere else. They sold that investment to a group that is well known and is a colony. So we were never colonizing up there. They sold it to the Jamestown colony. And with that, 400 years of relationships. I look at my time here in Boston. I've worked here for 20 years. And I met Ursula 20 years ago. And if you take a look at what this is about today, this is a chance to reaffirm that connection. As English and representing a history that predates the Mayflower, that predates the USS Constitution, it shows that the English back then in British Empire today is still very active, and we're here as Americans who helped recreate this ship to build that bridge back again. Thank you. And we have, if there's a minute, a gift, because we were told we should never come without gifts. So for Mr. Fisher, we have. Reading pleasure. We have the story. This is the story of the volunteers and the 4 years that went into the work, and 11 years in building total, but 4 years since the launch. Yeah, there's one of these for each of you. This is the commemorative insert that we had published in our paper, distributed to our 85,000 readers in Maine about Maine's first ship. It is the full story and the timeline going back to 60 years. Thank you.
Thank you very much.